I'm just gonna say it off the top. This might be the best Spider-Man movie we have gotten and will probably ever get. So look, this video is being recorded on Monday, December 20th. If for some reason you're watching this video and you have not watched Spider-Man No Way Home, what the fuck are you doing? Go see it. Get off of this video, dog. I'm about to ruin this whole thing. I'm about to spoil it. I'm about to talk about everything. Get out. This your last warning. Okay. This is off the rip one of the best MCU films. The most fun I've ever had in the theater since Endgame. Probably ever in the theater. And probably the best live action Spider-Man film like ever. Even more than Spider-Verse. I have no idea how they could ever top this. Like, it feels like a total dream. Like a dream that isn't real. But they did it. And I wish I still had my old Twitter, because around when Civil War came out, I swear I tweeted that one day they should put all of them in, you know, a movie together where Toby is the mentor to both Tom and Andrew. But not just that, they had amazing chemistry together in the film too. Like, they felt like brothers. Like, even Andrew Garfield says it, but like, that's how they came off as. So shout out to John Watts for creating that environment for them to be like that. Then they played each of their theme songs, which I was happy to hear. Toby's has been a long time since we heard the Danny Elfman theme in the theater. I mean, let me give you a brief clip of how my audience sounded when me and my dad went on Thursday.
Just wish we could see Peter.
Plus, I will be putting the full audience reactions up sometime. Don't know if I'm gonna do it now or when the home media come out, but look out for that. I'm gonna include some in here though. Like, I don't think I've ever felt more joy than I have in them. I don't think I've ever felt more joy than I've had in a Marvel film than I did in No Way Home. Like, even more than Endgame. This felt more of a payoff than Endgame and satisfying than that movie. The reason I feel that way is that because to me, this is like, as you see the title of the video, the culmination of my entire childhood. The first movie I ever saw in theaters was Spider-Man in 2002. I was a little kid, I was like 3 or 4 years old. Then I had it on VHS, so I watched it all the time. So it's been my favorite character since then. So everything building up since then to this, which could not possibly, I mean, I kind of did imagine it, but not in this way. It just feels so rewarding. And it's like, wow. Like, I feel like a little kid watched this movie the first time. And I'm just so happy watching Toby and Tom and Andrew just. And Andrew got his redemption, man. They need to give Andrew Garfield his third film. So that way all three of them could have a trilogy now. And it's only right, because he really redeemed himself. And he was arguably like the scene stealer in most of the scenes. Like, Toby, yeah, we all love Toby. He's an OG. He was there doing what he had to do. You know, be the mentor. See how he stopped Green Goblin, or not Green Goblin. He stopped Peter from killing Green Goblin in there. But aside from the main thing of seeing all three Spider-Man, it's also a great MCU film and a great Spider-Man film on its own. Like, it's a total roller coaster ride of emotion from the beginning with the opening title having no music, just a voiceover. I love that type of stuff. Didn't even have a cold open. To then seeing the Netflix's Daredevil come back, Charlie Cox and clear Peter Parker's of his charges, which after seeing the second time I saw yesterday on Sunday, it kind of doesn't serve too much of the story. It's just, you know, a cool cameo. So like, if you take it out, it doesn't do too much, but he just clears his charges. But y'all get what I mean. It's still happy to see him. Peter and MJ's relationship, Doctor Strange fumbling his spell, Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe. I don't know how he did way better than he did in 2002. That's crazy. Like, he was hitting a little Batista move on Spider-Man through like 3 floors, dog, in that apartment. Like, he wasn't even like that in the first movie, bro. Then he killed Aunt May, which they did in the Spider-Man PS4 game, PS5. And they even, when they look on her tombstone, I noticed this for the first time, they took the line that's on her tombstone from the game, which was really cool if you pay attention. Plus we realized that Uncle Ben, like, he's in there. People say he's not. I mean, he existed because if you look at Far From Home, they gave him the case and says BP, so then this was Ben Parker. But he never told Peter great power comes great responsibility before he died. So they changed the Aunt May to say it before she died, which I think that was a cool twist, because like, oh, now he's really just becoming Spider-Man. Like, a lot of people have said this is gonna be his origin, these past 3 movies. You could kind of argue Tony was his Uncle Ben, but that's how they are in the comics, like them being mentoring Peter. And with that, unfortunately, after they all beat the villains and send Toby and Andrew back, he had Doctor Strange erases everyone's memory and essentially sacrifice his social life for the people he loved, you know? Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, they did real good in that very last scene. They did real good throughout this whole series, gotta say. All the villains did well. I do wish Lizard had a little more motivation. No, he just didn't really care. Like Sandman cared, because if you seen Spider-Man 3, we all did. He had a daughter, a sick daughter. He had to get back to her. I love that Doc Ock finally changed back to being good, because that made sense. Like, he was good at the end of Spider-Man 2. Like, he wasn't trying to be a bad person. He was just taken over by the tentacle. But now, by the end of the movie, with Peter like not wanting to include them in his life again so they can be protected, he's all alone during Christmas. So he doesn't have Aunt May. Happy doesn't know him. He decided to not bring back MJ and Ned's memory, and everyone around him is just gone. It's just him. That is sad, but it's bittersweet, because like, now we about to see him go into his own as he usually is. Like, he doesn't have anybody to fall back on, but he's becoming a man now. I also really like the new suit he created too. It looks like the symbiote will be on his way to take that one over in the next movie, because the Let There Be Carnage post-credit scene had Venom come to the MCU. This post-credit scene had Venom basically get kicked back out the MCU so he could give, it looks like, a symbiote to get on to Tom Holland. I also love Jamie Foxx saying there's got to be a Black Spider-Man somewhere. That got a nice crowd pleaser. Side note, I'm also glad they did a short snippet of a Metro's theme song too. That was really cool. And shout out to everyone in the cast jumping back right where they left off though, man. Like, that's crazy. I kind of do wish that we saw Topher Grace, just because I think that would have been funny. He had to be in it long. That could have been like, yeah, he was a joke or something. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't want to make this too long, but look, this is my favorite movie of the year, okay? It's that easy. It's one of the best in the MCU, honestly. It's like top 3. Like, bro, you see, it made $260 million domestically. First weekend. In a pandemic. That shit is crazy. But look, what did y'all think about it? Did y'all grow up on Spider-Man, the original movies and stuff like that? Who's your favorite Spider-Man? A lot of people are thankfully giving Andrew his respect, like, especially after he caught MJ. Like, come on, bro. Andrew gonna get him.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Then he started crying, and then my whole theater was like, "Oh." But what was your favorite moment? That's definitely one of my favorite moments. Probably the best moment in my opinion. But comment down below. Oh! In that last fight, man. I love how dark it was. I love how dark this movie was, bro. But it was dark, funny, and emotional, and fun. Like, that's all I wanted. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, hit the sub button for more, and until next time, y'all, peace out.